Hope you guys are doing well. My name is EQ and welcome to the new and improved Stockaholics. So if you want to come check out our live streams, please do so. We do cool things like this. Now we're going to jump right into Bitcoin and the market cap as a whole. If we're sitting bull or bear, where we think it can be going, where it's sitting in terms of the market cap, everything like that. So right now we're sitting at $774 billion market cap, and you can see ETH is still sitting at a $302 billion market cap. So they're staying relatively strong. Looking at the heat maps, you can see that Bitcoin is still holding 48% dominance, almost 49%. I would like to see it a little bit higher, but what that means is that more projects are decoupling from Bitcoin. As you can see, there's more green on this heat map, and as well we're also in a sideways channel, so keep that in mind. That's why we're getting a lot of red and green mixed signals, like your girlfriend giving you mixed emotions. So let's break this down from a monthly all the way down to a 15-minute chart. So June of 2020, Stonkbot did signal a buy, and since then we have yet to signal a sell. Now looking at this long-term Fibonacci retracement, you can see we've already had 3 candle wicks test the 6180 range, which is going to be 30,000 or 30.1. This is where a lot of people thought the bottom was going to be, in this general area, and it's looking like that might be the case, and then we could be moving up. If price wanted to, it could dip down all the way to the 7860 and still be considered a healthy retracement. Now if this was to continue and fulfill its price based on the Fibonacci retracement, we could see the next impulse leg for Bitcoin take us anywhere from 80,000 up to 121,000, which would fulfill a lot of the prophecies of people saying that Bitcoin could hit 100,000 before the end of the year. So with this Fibonacci retracement, this is telling us that it's a very possible move as long as we continue to fulfill and retrace correctly. See, the RSI has stayed in bullish this whole time. The STO RSI has barely dipped into these oversold area. It is kind of holding support at this 21 region and 20 region, looking to push back up. Now keep in mind, when you're looking at the movement from the last 2 months, we have just been moving sideways in this channel. We haven't gone in or out of the channel. So right now we're looking to see a potential move upwards to get us out of the channel and back up into the bullish leg. Now I know a lot of people were telling us that this is a bear cycle, blah blah blah, but based on this retracement, we stayed bullish the entire time through the long term. That's why you got to zoom out. Now in short term, yes, we did drop bearish, but in the long term we never dropped out of the bullish move. We're still part of this bull cycle. Everything is still in order. No need to panic. Even if we go down a little more and retest the bottom of the channel, there is no panic. It's still healthy for us. We can do that and nothing bad will happen. And we get into the weekly chart, we can see we spent a nice little time in this channel. If I throw this Bollinger Band on, we're getting a little bit tighter and getting more of accumulation in the Bollinger Bands, which is good to see. Now volume has picked up relatively well in the last week. Volume is significantly higher this week than it has been in quite a while, even when the institutions and other companies were accumulating. And you can see that they also had very similar lower wicks on the long-term weekly charts that we were seeing on this chart on this side. So we were essentially retesting our support on a long-term move. Now if we can continue to see volume stay like this, we could continue to move upwards, and that would be super bullish for Bitcoin. Now I am waiting to see, or I would expect to see, some sort of resistance around the 60,000 range, since this was the all-time high previously. I don't think that we'll continue to move up from where we are and break over that 60,000. I think it'll be a little jagged. We might be able to drop back into this channel. If we find support over 42,000, that would be my bullish confirmation. We are getting a buy signal on the weekly with a confirmation based on this candle. STO RSI is breaking up out of the oversold area. Our regular RSI has broken over into bullish and turned green, so that is a great sign. We haven't seen that since May 10th, so it's been a little while. But right now we are just waiting to see if we can break out of this channel, hopefully. Going to the daily chart, you can see this consolidation channel will match the opposite side's consolidation channel. Now keep in mind, when price did break under and go up, we did hit a major SR resistance at the top of this channel, which came down and confirmed a buy signal at the bottom of the channel. This could be that signal right here. Since we are hitting the top of this line as well in a very similar position around 42,000, we could get a sell signal here. If we do get a sell signal, we'll be looking for a buy signal on this bottom area around 30,000. And if we get a buy signal in this general area, that would be our buy signal confirmation based on the Stonkbot, and we'll be able to move back up. I want to take a second to remind you guys that we are running a special. This is a limited time special. So we have our VIP access group. Now we also have a VIP Stonkbot and Academy access. It is a limited group. What it's going to get you is inside access within the Discord group. You're going to get Stonkbot access via TradingView. You're going to be having access to our Stockaholics Academy, which is being updated weekly. 20% off Stockaholics apparel. You're gonna have access to real-time chart signals and mobile alerts, which work in any market. The early signals work in any market. You have free lifetime updates. It's really easy to set up, and there's 24/7 support within our Stockaholics team, and you can also cancel whenever, which is a huge benefit. Now this package in total is worth around $200 to $300, so it's a steal. Now make sure to check out patreon.com/Stockaholics if you want to join our Discord group or get the full access for a limited time. We are picking up more volume. The STO RSI though is an overbought, looking to push down. So keep this in mind. This is on a daily chart, so we could easily see this come down a little bit more, and it'll still keep the long-term charts like the weekly and monthly in check. Going down to the 4-hour chart, change this angle. Now you can see we've had a nice couple bumps and continuations moving forward, a nice little retracement here to a major support area based on the support and resistance areas in the past. Now we're able to break this downtrend, creating an impulse support move, getting a support hold, which finally pushed us outside of the channel. Now we're hitting a 42,000 resistance with a double top, looking to come down back into the channel. If we don't get a support hold at this 39.3 area or at this 40.2 area to push back up, we could break down heavy, but I think that we're probably going to find some sort of support at this 40,000 area and maybe retest this 41.3 before we start to push back down. Now you do have a long-term uptrend that is being broken right now, or about to be broken. We're technically hitting the support for this ascending triangle, so we'll see if support wants to hold in this area. If it doesn't, we will continue to break down, but if we get a support hold, we could finally break over this 42,000. Volume hasn't relatively been that well on the hourlies. We've seen some seismic activity, but nothing spectacular. Going down to the 1-hour chart, you're seeing the same kind of thing. We're having this double top resistance at the 42,000. We're testing the support right now, but it's looking like it might break down a little bit more. But on the hourly, we are in oversold area, which is a positive sign. The only thing that I don't like to see is this lack of volume, especially at a critical point like this. So this is when I'm going to turn on the VFI. When the VFI is on, you can see that we have stayed bullish, but we hit a red trend and we have hit resistance a couple times on the VFI, meaning that volume isn't moving up. Now if we see a green dot activated, that is a bullish sign, meaning that we're crossing back into the bullish area on the VFI. But for now, we're continuing to hit resistance, and this is just a short term, so keep that in mind. This is just signaling that we could push down for a short-term move, but it's not signaling that we're going to drop down to 29,000 just yet. Going to the 30-minute chart, we are starting to see more activity. The 30-minute chart is showing that we might have been hitting the support hold. We could potentially push back out to a 41.4 resistance test. That would be part of our ascending triangle, or we could push up to level 2 of our ascending triangle, but the top of the channel is looking more likely at this point. The VFI has significantly dropped off on the 30-minute chart. We hit this bear signal and dropped off the map. Volume has been pretty consistent. No big changes in volume since this impulse move, which is showing that no one's actually buying or doing anything. We're kind of sitting around just waiting. Meanwhile, the RSI is in bearish under 50, and the still RSI is in the oversold area, looking to push up. Now going down to the 15, which is going to be our sniper entry position. We're getting a lot of activity at the 0 point on the VFI. We are starting to pull down a little bit more, and the RSI is starting to pull down to the 20 area, getting to a critical buy point, with the STO RSI showing confirmation of that being in the oversold area. Now we're starting to get more red volume, and we're starting to see a little bit more of a wick. Now I want to see this push back up. This might be a fake out because we're looking at a short-term trend, but this is something that you want to watch on multiple time frames. That's why we went from the monthly to the 15 minutes, so you can see how I'm scaling down. This is essentially what I would do when I'm looking for sniper entries. So for example, if I see that we have a little bit of space to go down, I would be looking for somewhere in this general area to add my short, or if I thought this was going up, I could add anywhere in this general area, including here once we got more confirmation for a long to push over 42k. Now I'm not going to give any sort of bullish confirmation until we hold our support over 42,000. In the long term, yes, we are definitely holding bullish, but on a short term and what everyone's watching, let's say on a 4-hour, on a daily, we still have a little bit of chance to go down and pull down. So make sure you keep that in mind if you're buying with due diligence, making sure you use DCA, all of that fun stuff. Now, if you want to get deeper into this, make sure you join our Discord group, follow us on YouTube, pretty active on all of them. So make sure to follow us, and happy trading.